Hey darlings, we're here at the Ritz discussing 3 ways to look expensive. Now let's get straight into tip number 1, which is grooming and maintenance. Now the reason I am at the Ritz is to get my nails done, but I cannot stress the importance of attention to detail. And this is a thread you'll find throughout the whole of this video. It's not about looking flashy. It's not about making yourself the loudest person in the room. Quite opposite, I'm going to argue the case of understated elegance and keeping yourself under the radar and drawing attention to yourself, not in an ostentatious way, not in a pretentious way, but because you look so well put together, because you pay attention to detail. It's the small things. One of the major things that people are drawn to and that people look at is your hands, your teeth, and your feet. Well, more precisely your shoes, which I'll get to that in point number 2, which is why it makes me so sad that I burnt myself, which is terribly annoying, but it's fine. We make up for it with the nails being done. Try not to be like me and try not to burn yourself, and hopefully we'll be good. But yes, definitely take out the time to treat yourself or to do your nails yourself. I usually do my nails myself, but it takes me 4 hours and I just haven't had a lot of time to be able to do that recently. So I thought to myself, I'm going to treat myself, take myself to the salon, get them done, 45 minutes to an hour, and they are just beautiful. If you come to the Ritz to get your nails done, gel polish, you will not regret it. Also on the topic of grooming is your hair. Please make a point to make sure that your hair is looking presentable at all times. Now this doesn't have to mean that you have to be rigid in the way you do your hair, but I tend to think that the sleekest hairstyles, the ones that are very much inconspicuous, are the ones that are the most expensive looking and classy and elegant. I don't necessarily experiment with outlandish hairstyles, and that's just because I've been there and I've done that, and it's just not the person that I want to be now. It's not the person I've come to be now, so I don't experiment with crazy hairstyles. I just have my few go-to hairstyles that I stick to, very sleek, very classy, very elegant. And one of my pet peeves, honestly, is having my hair out of place. So if my hair is like that, I can't function until I fix it. There, better. Try to manage flyaways and things like that. Hairspray is honestly and truly your best friend. I use Got2b and I just think it's so perfect for keeping the hair not stiff, because you do need some movement, but I tend to spray my Got2b around the crown of my head and just about here so that there's no flyaways, and if it does get frizzy or the weather changes, then at least I know this bit here is not going to get frizzy, and then I've got some movement down below. That's my tactic. Now, when it comes to accessories, I'm talking shoes and bags. I'm not here to tell you to buy the most expensive bag. I'm not here to tell you what shoes and bags you're supposed to buy. All I'm saying is focus on quality and pay attention to detail, because you can buy an £8,000 Chanel bag and still look cheap. Why? Because it's all about maintenance and paying attention to detail. Please don't fall into the trap of thinking that you need to buy the most expensive handbag in order to look expensive. I mean, take Kate Middleton for example. We all know that the royal family has money, but that doesn't mean that she's wearing the most expensive handbag all the time. She has the same bag that I do, not in the same color, but she has the same Mayfair midi bag from Aspinall of London, and that bag is in the £500 range. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on accessories just in order to look expensive. Choose the highest quality you can. Go for leathers like patent leather, calf skin, experiment with different leathers. It doesn't even have to be branded, so long as it's quality and so long as you look after your clothing. Do not walk out of the house with a ruggedy bag that looks tired. Leave the house with items that you've taken pride to look after. The Restory is a great place to get your bags and shoes repaired. If you need to do that, do that. And when it comes to shoes, especially leather shoes, do not wear the same pair of leather shoes twice in a row. Give them time to breathe, give them time to get back to their original shape, and you'll be good to go. Let's talk about the appearance of your clothes. There is literally an art to dressing. Please, 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 please do not leave the house without ironing, steaming, or dry cleaning your clothes. It just looks so so bad. It cheapens the outfit tremendously, even if you are wearing high quality clothes with natural fabrics like linen, cotton, which I think everyone should be looking to buying and investing in natural fibers for their clothing. But don't be afraid of the synthetic inclusions like 3% polyester or 9%, whatever the case may be, because it does actually help with the elasticity when you wear your items. So don't worry about that, but do try and prioritize going for natural fibers like cotton and linen. Linen is the exception when it comes to creases being acceptable out and about in public, because it's inevitable. It really is inevitable. But that doesn't mean you don't iron your linen before you go out. The thing is, when clothes are creased, it does actually come across quite lazy, and I know this from experience because that's the person I used to be years ago. So let's try and avoid that and make sure that our clothes are ironed, steamed, pressed, taken to the dry cleaners, whatever the case may be. But just put in that effort. Quote of the day that has always stuck by me is, effort will always be worthwhile. And it definitely is the case when it comes to clothes and ironing your clothes, because it does take a while, but it's worth it. Also, on the topic of dressing, please do not buy clothes that do not fit you appropriately or fit you like a glove. The reason why this is so important is because it just looks untidy, it looks unkept if your clothes are draping and that's not the style of it. If something doesn't fit you well, you can take it to the tailor, although don't fall into the trap of buying something and then it arrives and it doesn't fit you quite nicely and you don't really like it, and then you think, oh, that'll do, and you add it to your wardrobe. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of clothes in your wardrobe that are that'll do clothes, and they don't fit you as well because the tailored fit will never fit as perfectly as the original. So that's why I say it's important to do a bit of research, spend a bit of time looking at the stores that you like to buy which cater to your body shape and your body size, because then you know that whatever you buy from that store, you're going to get it and it's going to flatter your body. The final tip, which is arguably the most overlooked when it comes to looking expensive, it is posture and deportment. Stand up straight, shoulders back, just roll them back and drop them, and suck in your core. Just suck in the core and walk one foot in front of the other like a cat. Very feline but very feminine. Be mindful of the way you walk into a room. Be mindful of the way you sit down. Be mindful of the way you eat. Just be graceful in your movements and your posture and the way you are around other people. And smile. That looks expensive too. Smile. Alright, my darlings, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.